Doctors told me to slow down 30 years ago, but I didn't. Today at 90, I still drive, I still walk, I still laugh, and I haven't been sick in over 3 decades, not even a cold. It's not luck, it's not genetics, it's 5 small habits that changed everything. Simple things, things so ordinary you might laugh them off, but I didn't. And now I live a life most people think is impossible at my age. So before your toast pops, before the world gets loud, let me show you what I do every morning and why it just might change your life too. Gentle morning movement before getting out of bed. I used to wake up like most people do, alarm buzzing, feet hitting the floor, mind already racing through the day. But as the years went by, mornings started feeling different. My joints were stiff, my balance a little off. One winter morning, I nearly lost my footing walking to the bathroom. That moment stayed with me. Not because of the stumble, but because of the realization. My body needed time to catch up with the day. So I began a small ritual. Nothing fancy, just 90 seconds before getting out of bed. I start by taking 3 deep, steady breaths, letting the air gently stir my lungs awake. Then I stretch out my fingers and toes, slowly rolling my wrists and ankles, feeling each joint come alive. I don't rush. I just let my body know we're moving again. It may not look like much from the outside, but inside it's a quiet revolution. My blood begins to flow, my nervous system steadies, and my sense of balance sharpens. I feel grounded, aware, and surprisingly refreshed. According to studies from aging researchers, these small morning movements reduce the risk of falls and improve mental clarity throughout the day, something I now feel firsthand. Some mornings, the sun filters softly through the blinds. Other days, it's gray and rainy. But either way, I begin with this moment of stillness and movement. It's become a gentle handshake between my body and the new day. And once my body is awake and aware, I turn to something just as simple, but just as powerful to fuel what comes next. Drink the golden glass every morning. It started as an experiment. I was in my early 60s, tired of catching every cold that went around, struggling with stiff joints and sluggish mornings. One day, a friend mentioned something she drank every morning, a simple mix of warm water, lemon, turmeric, and a pinch of black pepper. She called it her golden glass. I was skeptical, but I tried it. That was over 30 years ago. I haven't had a single sick day since. Each morning, after my gentle stretches, I head to the kitchen. The house is quiet, and the sunlight has just started to warm the countertops. I heat a cup of water, not too hot, just warm enough to sip comfortably. I squeeze in half a fresh lemon, stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and add a pinch of black pepper. It glows golden in the cup, simple and honest. When I drink it, I feel something shift. It's not dramatic, but it's steady, like my body knows it's being supported. The lemon wakes up my digestion. The turmeric soothes my joints. The black pepper, though just a trace, unlocks the full power of it all. Science says this trio helps fight inflammation, supports the immune system, and even balances blood pressure. But I don't need studies to tell me that. It's how I feel. This drink became more than a habit. It became a promise I made to my body each morning. I care for you. I'm listening. And after I finish that golden glass, warm in hand, something else calls me. Not the news, not the phone, just the world outside, waiting for the rhythm of a healing walk. Take a 5-minute healing walk every day. It's the simplest thing I do, but it might be the most powerful. Every day, no matter the weather, I put on my walking shoes and step outside. No headphones, no phone, just the sound of my breath, the rhythm of my steps, and the world around me slowly waking up. In my younger years, I thought exercise had to mean sweat and sore muscles. I used to jog, push myself, chase performance. But as I got older, I began to notice that the quietest movements brought me the most peace. One morning, I skipped my walk. Life got busy, as it often does. By the afternoon, I felt foggy, stiff, disconnected. That was the moment I realized walking wasn't just good for me, it was necessary. It was medicine. Now I walk with purpose, not urgency. I focus on my breathing. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out. I let my arms swing freely, shoulders relaxed, heart open. Within minutes, I feel a shift. My knees loosen, my mind clears, and a calm sense of clarity washes over me. Studies say walking reduces inflammation, boosts memory, and even sparks creativity. I believe it because I feel it every time I walk the quiet loop around my neighborhood or the little path behind the library. Some days the air smells like rain. Other days, I catch the scent of someone baking nearby. I smile to myself, not because I'm happy, but because smiling makes me feel that way. It changes the walk. And when I return home, a little lighter, a little steadier, I'm ready for something else, something that builds strength from the inside out, starting with the very first meal. Eat a protein-rich breakfast. For years, my mornings began with a piece of toast, maybe some fruit, and a quick cup of coffee. It felt light, easy, enough to get the day started. But around 10 or 11 a.m., I'd feel it. The drop in energy, the fog in my head, the quiet ache in my muscles. I thought it was just part of getting older. Then one day, my doctor gently said, "You're not eating enough protein." That sentence changed everything. Now my breakfast is simple but strong. One boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a small handful of walnuts, and a few blueberries on top. That's it. Together, they give me over 25 grams of high-quality protein, more than enough to nourish my muscles, support my immune system, and steady my energy throughout the morning. I've noticed the difference. My hands feel steadier. My mind stays clearer longer. I don't crash mid-morning like I used to. What I eat doesn't just fill me, it fuels me. Protein has become the cornerstone of my morning, and it's made my body feel more resilient, more capable. At our age, we actually need more protein, not less, to hold on to strength, memory, and mobility. I didn't know that then, but I feel it now. Some mornings I'll switch things up, maybe a slice of sprouted toast with cottage cheese or a lentil scramble when I'm feeling adventurous. But the goal is always the same. Never skip protein, especially at breakfast. And once I've had that first bite, that grounding, nourishing meal, I turn my attention to the one place that drives it all, the mind. Mentally tune your mind for 3 minutes every morning. It took me decades to realize that the first thing I feed each morning shouldn't be my body, it should be my mind. Years ago, I used to wake up and immediately dive into the day. News headlines, appointments, bills. The weight of it all would settle before I'd even have my first sip of coffee. I didn't notice how much it drained me until one morning I decided to sit still, just for a moment, and something shifted. Now, every morning, after breakfast and before the world gets loud, I spend 3 quiet minutes doing what I call mental tuning. I close my eyes, place both feet on the floor, and breathe. Then I picture the kind of day I want to live, not the tasks or the errands, but how I want to feel. Calm, steady, strong. I imagine myself moving through conversations with clarity, facing challenges with grace, and returning home at the end of the day with a peaceful heart. It might sound small, but it's mighty. Neuroscience tells us that the brain responds to vivid imagination almost the same way it responds to real life. In just a few minutes, I can reset my nervous system, lower stress hormones, and train my body to meet the day with intention instead of anxiety. I feel more grounded, less reactive, and when life throws its curveballs, and it always does, I'm less likely to lose my balance. This practice doesn't need candles or music or mantras. It just needs you, your breath, and a moment of stillness. Because health doesn't start in the muscles or bones, it starts in the mind. And as the day unfolds, I carry that quiet strength with me, even into the night, where one final habit helps my body repair, reset, and prepare to begin again. Over the past 30 years, these 5 habits have kept me strong, steady, and sickness-free. From a simple stretch to a healing walk, from a golden drink to a protein-rich breakfast, and a few quiet minutes to center my mind. These small choices have shaped a life I'm proud to live. If you're looking for a place to start small, start gentle, start with love. Because health isn't built in grand gestures, it's built in moments like these. So tell me, which of these habits will you try tomorrow? Leave a comment, share your thoughts, and don't forget to share this video with someone you care about. And if you'd like to keep walking this path together, then hit subscribe and tap the bell, because the journey to lifelong health is just getting started.